Hi guys, Lee Cole here. I am just amazingly excited. I'm always excited, as you know, but I'm amazingly excited to have the person that I have on today, Corey Price. Corey, I forgot to mention on our little warm-up thing that I love the hat, by the way,
Thanks,
and that is really, really cool. But Corey, say hello to the audience, please.
everyone. Great to be here. I appreciate it, Lee, for you inviting me to be able to talk to your audience.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is really, really cool because you have built an entire business, and I'm not going to steal your thunder away from you because it's too cool. I want you to say it, but you've built an entire business providing businesses with help that they need, but it's especially important now in the post-COVID world. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, so we have a creative finance company. I didn't know anything about finance more than past 6 or 7 years ago. My partners did. We came together through networking. I was generating leads. My background's marketing. And we saw an opportunity where we noticed that a lot of businesses, or a lot of startups more specifically, who are wanting to get money, working capital, they couldn't get it. So they'd go into the bank and they'd say, I'm a startup, I need some money. And they'd say, nope, see you later. You need 2 years of profitable tax returns to get funding. So 95% of startups are turned away at the bank unless they have a long-standing relationship. And then there are all these other loans out there that are really high interest, short term, and people just don't know where to go to get money. So, Creative Finance Company, we have these different ways that help startups get money, to help small business owners get money that they didn't know about. So, kind of our tagline is to help business owners get the best money that they can qualify for. So, we set up all these different programs and put it into like one easy place to apply for financing through Fundwise, and through our network of lenders, we find them the best money that they can qualify for.
Well, that sounds like really something that businesses could really use right about now. Because
Right?
I've got not clients but friends, because I don't mix friendship and business, but I've got friends and clients too. But I was thinking about a friend of mine who owns a few restaurants and
Right.
really, as you can imagine, really struggling. Was texting his manager, who's also a good friend of mine, the other day, and I would think, I mean, it's kind of a chicken and egg thing, right? I mean, it's kind of like you, oh, we'll lend you money, and the bank, the normal bank, we'll lend you money as long as you don't need money, right?
Right. Exactly. You can get money when you don't need it.
Yeah, I mean that's easy. Like you've got this significant cash flow coming in, and sure you can have all the money you want, but up to a point. But how do you get there? But then
Right.
you've got the kind of like semi loan sharks. I'm not saying they're going to come break your legs or anything, but you've got those super high interest rate deals, right? Which kind of, I mean, I'm not a finance person either. I'm a marketing person and a salesperson. But if you're paying out the yin yang for interest, that kind of screws up the whole thing anyway.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That defeats the purpose of getting a loan if it takes out all of your margin. And a lot of restaurants see that challenge. And before even COVID, they would have what's called merchant cash advance companies come knocking at their door. And merchant cash advance, what those are, it's money based on sales through your merchant account or into your business bank account. And they're high interest and very short term.
Right.
So restaurant owners maybe have 20% margins anyway, and those loans are more than 20% interest. So all of a sudden a restaurant's going to go into a downhill spiral. And there are second, third, fourth, fifth positions of those merchant cash advance loans. So people are getting a merchant advance loan, and then they get a second one to pay off the first one, and a third one to pay off the first. So then you're
No,
going,
I'm laughing because I'm not crying. This is
right?
like title pawns or something.
Yeah,
I mean, where or people who've maxed out the credit card and then they flip through all the mail to see if they got another one they can transfer the balance on. I don't even use credit cards. I'm allergic to them, but No, this is really, really cool. You found an amazing niche. Now, you mentioned that 6 or 7 years ago that you were not a finance guy and you were a marketing guy, but now here you are doing well in a finance business. How did that happen?
So yeah, like I mentioned, my background's marketing, still is marketing inside of Fundwise. So how this came to be is about 4 or 5 years ago. I was doing some networking. I had my own marketing business and SEO agency, and I was meeting up with some other people, and they had a credit repair company, and I hadn't generated leads from credit repair before, but just kind of got into it somehow. Met with these guys and started generating leads, and a lot of leads came through, and then it transitioned into financing leads, and those did well online as well. So I met a couple guys who had a finance company, and we got together and we started our own. Long story short, the finance company that they were with, one of their partners wasn't above board, couldn't really be trusted. There were some weird things going on there, so they broke away, and we started our own business how we thought it should be run: above board, transparent, good strategies, and really having the client in mind and helping them to get the best funding that they can get. So we'll have people from all walks of life come through to get financing. You don't even have to have a business to get financing through Fundwise, but maybe you need money because you're going to flip a home in real estate,
Oh,
or you
really?
need to get coaching, mentoring to learn a marketable skill or something like that. So those individuals can get financing as well because they don't know where to go. And there's a lot of education involved with Fundwise in helping people to understand what the market's like, what's really out there. And one of the exciting things about Fundwise is we teach people how to help business owners find money. So, and that's probably what we'll segue into in a minute. But
Yeah, I
we
was
have a
going to
partner.
say, let's, unless you have something momentous to say, let's stop right there and say Fundwise teaches people to help businesses find the money that they need.
Right,
Well,
exactly.
tell now
And
that is really interesting because I'm sitting here thinking this is an incredible business, but I'm also feeling like it's not for me. I don't know anything about this. I'm going to have to, like, turn the clock back 10 years and then just sort of reinvent myself again and learn all this. But you tell me about this teaching deal.
yeah, so it's called Fundwise Partners. And don't be nervous about it if you're listening. If you don't know anything about finance, sometimes that can sound like an overwhelming thing, right? But I didn't know anything about finance. I didn't have a clue. But I learned about it quickly, and there's really not too much you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about underwriting, or you don't have to worry about all the different specifics with financing. All you need to do is, if you know a business owner, then share a link with them where they can apply for funding. And that's how the partner program works in a nutshell, is that Fundwise provides all this training and all these marketing strategies that other partners have done well with. So proven strategies. For example, one of the things that we teach in our Fundwise Partners program is to reach out to those who have an existing network of entrepreneurs. And you can tap into this all at the same time, this network of entrepreneurs who are needing money to start and grow their business. And the owners or influencers of these networks appreciate it because they're selling these high ticket items, they're selling these programs, and they want more sales. They want more people to sign up to teach in their program. So you reach out to a company that they have all these business owners, all these entrepreneurs trying to make it. They want to sign up for like some kind of mentoring program or something like that. Well, they have now a financing option to get into that program. The owner of the company is excited because they can sell more and get more clients in because of that financing option. And so that we paid a partner $1 million in commissions because they connected with this big company that taught people how to do real estate. $1 million
Well,
in commissions. And
hang on a minute, because let's make sure I heard all that right. Uh, I was just like going under the assumption that we're looking at restaurants and auto shops and stuff like that, and I'm guessing that y'all lend money to businesses like that, and you need people feeding you, through sharing the link and all that stuff. You need partners for your business feeding you, that kind of stuff. But this apparently goes beyond that. I mean, it apparently goes into what you just said, the selling of info products, the selling of high ticket coaching and stuff like that, where somebody might have a program that's $5,000 or, or even, I mean, some of them are even more, but, a sizable amount of money. And you go to a person like that and say, okay, you can just sell this to people who either have $5,000 cash. That's not going to be a ton of folks, or usually, but or have $5,000 on their credit card and are willing to use it just for this program, or I can help you get a financing option from Fundwise. Did I understand that correctly?
That's exactly right. Yeah, and sorry if I was going. There's so much to talk about in just a matter of a few minutes. I'm trying to just kind of hit.
Oh, you're doing great.
Yeah.
You're doing great. No, it's very clear. Yeah, I'm loving this because right as the virus was hitting the United States, which I personally got,
Oh wow.
but that's a different story. Yeah, I'm still recovering, by the way.
Oh,
That's
wow.
kind of a different story. I was talking with this lady who was like, can't remember her name. I'm not going to announce her name on the show here, but I can't remember her name. But she was a pretty big deal public speaker type person with, products on the back end and stuff like that. And so this would be mid-April when I spoke with her. And this was the week before I got too sick to work for a while. I remember that. But, somebody like that, I mean, these people are seriously hurting. They don't know which direction to go in their business. They had a specific channel, which is me speak in front of real people. They buy stuff. They had a specific channel. That channel's been obliterated, and they're scrambling around for a lot of stuff. And then you have the buyers, a lot of whom are a little scared to spend an extra $5,000 right at the moment, right? Or $2,000 or $1,000, whatever. And so that is I'm guessing that's a pretty big market for your services.
It is a big market. It's done well. And you're right. So there's a lot of people that are hurting. There's a lot of people that want to do a side hustle, just something a little extra that they could even just do from their phone, in joining some Facebook groups and mentioning to entrepreneurs, hey, you need some financing. Let's find you some financing. There are a lot of people business owners that their credit is getting hurt because they're getting late on their payments.
Right.
So that's a part of Fundwise, is helping them through the whole process if your credit's not good enough, because we do unsecured financing and leverage people's personal credit, business credit if they have it, but personal credit. So the credit does have to be good, but if it's not good, then we have a program that can help them fix it. And partners can make money by referring people through the credit restoration program as well. So there's kind of not just making money from helping others to get funding, but helping them to fix their credit, helping them. There's a couple other programs aside from that. It's all related to finance and credit and growing your business. So a few things that are in demand for business owners.
Yeah, and much more in demand. I mean, that kind of stuff's always been in demand, right? But much more in demand now that we're in the United States and everywhere else in the world going through what we're going through. By the way, since I said the United States, do you work with people outside of the United States?
We don't. Our programs are only inside the United States, but our partner program, we have partners all around the world.
Yeah.
So as long as it's someone that knows how to join some Facebook groups of U.S. citizens, or they can reach out online to people that are in the U.S. that need money. There are 500,000 new businesses started every month. It's about 540,000 new businesses started every month, according to Forbes and Entrepreneur.com in the United States. So there's a huge market. And I know there's a lot of loan companies out there, but as far as creative finance goes, finding various funding options and startup funding, that's hard to come by. There's not a lot of companies that find startup funding or creative financing for individuals looking to start or grow their business. So there's a lot of demand for what we have, and getting the word out there, which is our partner program, has been really important to a lot of people to make a little extra money on the side, or a lot, just depending on where you're at, what your situation is. If you have an existing network, it can get pretty exciting. So there's a lot of things that we
Or you
do
could
from.
actually, I mean, you don't have to have an existing network. You can actually learn how to create a network, and over time, you could still do very, very well with this. So you could do this if you had an existing network, or even if you didn't have an existing network.
Right, we have the strategies to teach you how to get an existing
Well,
network.
let's do this, Corey, because I'm super interested in this, and I know Mike Paul, who referred you to me and me to you, does a lot of similar type businesses. I've known Mike for a couple of years. He does very, very well with all this stuff. This is really, really cool. So you and I are actually offering a webinar for people where we're going to go into a lot more depth
Right.
into what this is all about. Today's currently the 11th of August, and we're doing this at 3 o'clock Eastern time on the 17th of August. So, in other words, in almost a week from now. And think on that webinar, let's really get into the details
Yeah.
about how somebody could, just so some well-meaning person could walk in, get going with this, and create a real income stream, whether they want a side hustle income stream, whether they want to eventually quit the job, whatever it is. We're going to get into all of those details on that. So that's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Um, so guys and people looking at this video, whether you're looking at it as a replay on YouTube or on my website or wherever, just scroll down. There's a link to where you sign up to get on this webinar. Also, if you happen to be looking at the replay after the 17th, I got you covered. There's a link where you can go find some more information. No, you won't be able to get on the webinar live, but you will still be able to go find some information. Corey, this is awesome. This is the kind of really creative stuff that I love. You're solving real problems for businesses who need these problems solved, and you're making it possible for normal people. I mean, people who weren't, who aren't God's gift to business. Just like normal folks like me. I'm not Bill Gates. I'm just a guy, right? You're making this possible for normal people to create real incomes, helping businesses and individuals grow, frankly. And that is really, really cool. Got any
Well,
last words for us?
no, I'm excited for the live webinar. We've done this a few times, and it's gone very well. People get really excited about the information inside of the webinar, so I'm excited to present it to you. It's a lot of good stuff, and some exciting things to share. You're going to know more than 95% of all business owners out there, probably more like 99% of all business owners out there, as far as how to get financing to grow your business. So I'm excited to share
Love
that.
that. Very cool, Corey. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.